Hi my love, it's Magda K here, an intimacy coach and a tantra teacher, and welcome to my channel where we discuss everything about love, relationships and sexuality. And today we're talking about situationships, how to know if you're in one and how to get out of it. First, my love, I wanted to share the big news with you. My first book, No More Faking It, is now live and available to order. Make sure to check the link below this video. You can get the paperback, hardcover, audiobook, and of course, digital form, whether it's Kindle or ebook. Inside the book, you're going to learn about my signature method of working with your 4 power centers. You're going to learn what they are and receive guided practices to collaborate and co-create your beautiful, magical, intimate life. So the book is now available. Again, make sure to check the link below this video to get your copy. So now, let's come back to the topic of today's video, and this is the famous, infamous situationships. What they are and how to get out of them. So a situationship is that kind of like a dark limbo. You don't really know what you are, you don't know where you stand, you don't know what you can expect, you don't know what you can ask for. There's a lot of inconsistency. There is no commitment. It's a bit, well, let's just see how things go kind of a space. And the thing is that these type of relationships can be very draining. Not having clarity on what this is, this whole inconsistency, this whole last minute planning can really take a toll. So first of all, how can you know for sure that you got stuck in a situationship? So first thing is that those relationships, they're not official. That means that you are not introduced to anyone as a girlfriend or a boyfriend. Maybe you get introduced as a friend, but often you don't get introduced as anything. So there's a lot of secrecy, there are things that happen between you, but that the world doesn't know about. For sure, you are not introduced to the family, or again, if you are, you're just a friend or a colleague. Your partner hasn't claimed you. There are no labels that you are using. It's again this energy of just like, let's not call it anything. Let's not define it. Let's not put it in a box. Just let's do whatever feels good in the moment. So there is no commitment. That also means that there is no planning. Like you can meet each other, but it's like a last minute thing or short-term planning at max. But you are not making long-term plans. You are not planning anything to happen in a week or in 2 weeks, and for sure nothing that could potentially happen next month. So there's no element for sure of planning any future together. And if any one of you ever brings it up, the other one really doesn't want to talk about it and will find reasons and excuses why you are good where you are and you don't have to worry about the future. You don't feel like you're their priority because you're not. So that doesn't feel really good, especially if what you really want is a relationship and a committed one. So if you're stuck in a situationship, what you really need to get is clarity. You either are going towards a relationship or you choose to separate and actually give yourself a chance to find someone better. Now, I understand that when we are in a situationship, it is not so easy. There are some things that you're getting and some things that you're not. So I have 5 tips for you to help you find the strength to ask for what you need, get what you need, whether it is with this partner or with someone else. The first point is, know what you want and be radically honest with yourself. Now, very often when we want something and we don't have it, we actually start lying to ourselves. We convince ourselves that we don't really want this because we want to spare ourselves the pain of getting disappointed that we didn't get it. So if I really want something, I am not getting it, that means that, oh my God, maybe I don't deserve it. Maybe I'm not worthy of love. And so my ego, my subconscious, will want to spare me this pain and basically convince me that that I don't actually want love or a relationship. So we all engage in these type of strategies. So you have to really be radically honest with yourself and be comfortable feeling some level of pain and disappointment over the fact that you may want something that you are not getting. But it has to start here. You have to be honest with yourself. Now, maybe you want something casual and that situationship is fine for you, but maybe what you want is a committed relationship. Maybe you want to move in together. Maybe you want a family. So you have to be really honest with yourself. Don't look at what you're getting. Don't look at what you believe is possible for you to get. Just allow yourself to answer the question, what is it that you truly, deeply desire? Number 2, you have to understand the difference between healthy and unhealthy relationships. Now, to be honest, the definition of an unhealthy relationship is actually pretty simple. It's a relationship in which your needs are not met. This is because your partner either doesn't want to or can't meet your needs. Sort of the reason why it doesn't matter as much. What matters is the fact that your needs are not met. We are often stuck in unhealthy relationships. Now, some of them may simply be not really good and supportive. Some of them can all the way be toxic or abusive. I've been in such relationships. I understand that admitting to ourselves that we are in an unhealthy relationship is not always easy, because it kind of means I need to admit that I allowed myself to get into that situation. So it means that I didn't protect myself. I didn't respect myself. Again, this is not so easy to do, but you have to call things what they are. If right now, whatever is that situation that you're in, if right now your boundaries are not being respected and your needs are not being met, again, if you express your need, you gotta do that first bit, but if you express your needs, if you ask for something and the other person is not interested or can't, simply is not meeting your needs, you are in an unhealthy relationship. You have to own it. Because if you want to change anything in your life, you have to start demanding more. At the minimum, demand that the relationship you're in is simply healthy. But as long as you lie to yourself, saying that this is a good relationship, you will not have the needed motivation to change things. Number 3 is to be honest with the other person. Now, look, as long as you don't say exactly what you truly need, then the other person is not at fault for not providing it. As much as we would love other people to read our minds, they can. So we have to tell them what it is that we need, what it is that we want, and where our boundaries are. Way too often, people stay in these relationships that are not fulfilling for them, but they won't say anything because they are scared, they will rock the boat and maybe the other person will think that they are needy and they will leave. So we are willing to trade our truth and our needs in order to have that person in our life. But that is really unfair both to you and them, because if you're not communicating to the other person what it is truly that you need, then they may think that they're doing everything that you need and desire, and suddenly they may discover that there are some issues, but they were never given a chance to do something about it. Now, if you start communicating openly, you may discover that the other person may be actually available for a more committed relationship, or you may discover that they really are not, and this may be the needed information for you to move on. The point is that too often we don't say anything because we hope that if we just continue this relationship, not putting any pressure on them, just being easygoing, that eventually the other person will want to commit. That doesn't happen. Just think for a moment. If someone needs months of freedom, months of no pressure, of no serious questions about where this is going, then this person has serious commitment issues. And they will not commit after a month. They will not commit after 10 months. This dynamic will not change. When someone wants to commit, they show up differently from the beginning. So it's much easier to start a relationship with someone who actually wants a relationship than to try to convince someone who doesn't want it. Number 4, you need to give yourself an ultimatum. There is a story, and by the way, I always wonder if it's actually true or if it's just an anecdote. But this story goes that if you put a frog in a hot water and you start increasing the temperature, the frog will not realize when the water became too hot and will die. Now, of course, if you put a frog in a boiling water, it's gonna jump out. What this story or an anecdote illustrates is that we don't perceive small marginal changes. So then you're in a relationship and something happens that you don't like. Well, it's just one time, I will let it go. Then something else happened. Again, you're thinking, well, it's just this one time, I will let it go. And it continues like this. And the question is, well, when enough is enough? This is why getting out of relationships is so difficult, because we don't know when is the right moment to say, I've had enough. So you have to create an ultimatum. I always say, nothing in life is black or white, everything is somewhere in the gray zone. Right now, I am asking you to make things black or white, meaning you have to understand, that was point one, what it is that you truly want. Then you have to be honest with your partner, that's another point, about what it is that you want. And then, if they're willing to meet you there, you can stay together. But if they are not, it's time to go separate ways. And like I said, there's no gray zone here. So if they are just willing to meet half of the things that you need, that's still a no. Why? Because in point one, you were creating a list of things that you truly deeply want. So unless a person is meeting all of this, that's not where you want to be, because you're not going to get what you truly want. Do not compromise on your deepest desires. So you need an ultimatum to help yourself make a decision, which, yes, I understand is not easy, but it's important in this moment to make things black and white. Stop playing around in the shades of gray, because you will never get out of it. And that leads me to the last point, number 5. And it's you need to address your trauma and your patterns. You know, there is this saying, and I deeply believe that our relationships reflect what we truly think of ourselves. So if I am in a really good relationship, it means that I truly respect myself. I believe I deserve the best, so that's what I give myself. But if we get stuck in situationships or unhealthy relationships, it's because somewhere deep inside, we believe that this is what we deserve, that this is the best we can get. So this is why, on top of all the points that I shared with you, you do want to address the deeper cause that actually made you enter that situationship in the first place. Because getting clarity on this one, it's one thing, but I'm pretty sure you don't want to get into that situation again. So to make sure that the next relationship is healthy and it is supportive, you have to look at your core patterns. You have to look at your sense of self-esteem and self-worth, the self-love, self-respect, and self-acceptance. And this is something that, well, it does require a bit of more work. And this is exactly why I created the School of Intimacy. It's our membership platform with a series of courses to help you really dive deep into your story around love and sex. Because we all want great relationships, deep love, deep intimacy. We want a lot of pleasure. But the reality is that unless we address the deep things in us, we will not be able to experience this, because it's like this inner compass literally takes us the opposite way. Oh, here is a toxic relationship. Oh, here is someone who will not commit. Like, if you've seen yourself repeating the same patterns, this is exactly what's happening. This is why inside the School of Intimacy, you will find so many courses that address your needs, your sexual trauma, and most of us really hold some of it. We're talking about opening our body for the partner, for love, and for more pleasure. You'll find a course about communication tools, which is also really important, because when you meet someone, you want to make sure you are having the right conversations to be able to filter if this person is ready for commitment, if this person can be a good partner, or if they're just gonna keep you in that limbo of a situationship. You, my love, need to stop selling yourself short. You deserve a great relationship. Point one, the things you desire, you absolutely deserve them and you can have them, but the first step is to really deeply believe that you deserve it and can have it. And this is what the School of Intimacy can help you with. So make sure to check the link in the description of this video. And right now we are also running a 7-day free trial. So you can enroll in the school, check it out, no money, no payment required, and then you can see if you want to stay for longer or if that was enough for you. My love, I hope that this video was helpful, that you found value in it, and if you did, please give it a like. Please subscribe to my channel for more videos like this and make sure to click the bell icon so that you get notified when the new video comes out. And I would also love to connect with you over on Instagram. It's Magda K Official. Once again, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching this video. And if you are currently stuck in situationship, please give it a go with these 5 tips. They will really help. Love, thank you so much, and I'm wishing you all the best in your love life. Bye.